All right, well, this week, our main topic, I'm going to be talking about an infamous meme that just got kind of crazier the more I looked into it. So we are going to talk about Democracy Manifest. Let's dive in.
I don't think I know this one.
You maybe...
Should I be afraid? Should I be rightfully afraid?
You maybe...
Are we slowly becoming a political podcast?
No, that's
Okay,
the thing. The title of this meme, or the way that it's known, is absolutely in no way got to do it with any kind of politics. Okay. It is not a politically motivated thing. It's also known as succulent Chinese meal.
What?
Does that ring a bell? Yeah. I
Actually, that does
swear
ring a
I'm
bell.
not pulling words out of a hat over here.
Yeah, that actually spun me deeper into a hole.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I've heard that before.
I'm just going to give its brief synopsis of what this is. Democracy Manifest, or Succulent Chinese Meal, refers to an October 1991 clip of an Australian news segment by reporter Chris Reason. It features a man who is being arrested at a Fortitude Valley Chinese restaurant. He's wrestled into a police car, and he speaks with the commanding voice of a trained stage actor. Kyle, you can go ahead and roll our first clip.
Just play with it. Roll that good bean footage.
Just a moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything.
So Australian.
Look, I'm under what?
Yeah, I'm under what?
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this to me? Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal?
Eating a meal?
Succulent Chinese meal?
A succulent
Oh,
Chinese
let's
meal?
nice headlocks up. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off it.
Oh my god.
Ta-ta and farewell.
That's it. Ta-ta and farewell.
Wow, what a legend.
That is incredible. I have never seen that video before.
I'm also really glad that it had the closed captioning on, so I didn't miss a fucking word.
100%. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's a bad recording.
Absolutely necessary.
So the video, like I said, it was taped by Chris Reason at 7 News. He was then a freshman reporter, so it was like one of his first like man on the street things, I believe. Reason's reporting said that the man was arrested in a case of mistaken identity. There's a quote, the police thought they had caught Queensland's most wanted. So after...
Most wanted entertainer.
Exactly. So
Most wanted limp penis, and they definitely got it.
They got their hands on what they wanted.
They got their hands all
get your
over it.
hands off my penis. So, you know, like this happened in 91. Nobody saw it again until like 2006. And when it came back on the internet, a big mystery developed as it became a viral video. The mystery was that or some of the theories were that he was a Hungarian chess player named Paul Charles Dosza, or another chess player named Gregory John Ziegler.
So he's either one of those.
Fantastic name.
And they were both known for their dine and dash exploits. The other theories were that it was an Australian politician named John Bartlett, or that the video itself was just an entire skit from like a television show. It wasn't even a real news reporting. People thought that it was maybe like a sketch because there were so many different camera angles. There's like, it's like a multi-cam show.
Got a two-shot on this.
Yeah, so later on in like, you know, when this video is making the rounds, Reddit obviously has their unresolved mysteries sub, and there was a popular belief there that the infamous footage of the man shouting Democracy Manifest could in fact be a spoof or satire of a real-life incident, though its origins remained murky. So not only was it a sketch, but it was maybe a sketch based on something that had actually happened, but this was not video of that occurrence.
A different man had a different succulent Chinese
Yes,
meal.
exactly.
And had a different limp penis manhandled.
By a
That was his
judo
officer.
master.
By
Yeah,
a judo master.
the video was inspired by true events.
Yeah, this is the result when you see like the dramatized,
This
like
is the Dick Wolf version.
yeah, inserts, and it's like,
Sick.
I don't know. I guess maybe he was a judo master. Put that in there. That'll really hype up
that
the
sounds
audience.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the arresting officers, his name was Dean Byron. He was at the scene, and he recalled that the man was wanted on 19 counts of fraud and receiving stolen goods worth $70,000. The clip remained in obscurity in its raw form until January 2009, when it became an immediate viral hit. So,
Obviously.
there's a lot.
Yes.
We're recording and I want to send that video to people.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the confusion of who this man is and how old it is. So we're gonna go through each of the people that it may have been.
Okay.
Wow. I love a mystery. Thank you, Harlan.
This is like a game of Clue.
So John Bartlett actually kind of looks like the man in the video. I'm gonna try and save this.
Like I said, he looks like a John Bartlett.
Yeah. Fucking damn it. Forgot to save this image. Can we cut this? Can we cut?
Come on, dude. We're live.
I'm literally gonna just have to Google John Bartlett, Australia.
Yeah, see what happens.
Can you be funny while you're doing it?
That's not him. That's not him. Oh, fuck me, dude. See, the problem though is that I don't know where I got this photo, so I can't remember what the link was. Oh, okay, so that's John Bartlett.
Okay.
There's a small resemblance.
Okay.
He has a blacker, thicker mustache and
Yes, he
a
does.
receding hairline. So maybe this is John Bartlett in the video. Maybe it's John Bartlett older, right? When he was doing the succulent Chinese meal, he maybe gained some weight. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'm on this.
So
Yeah.
some of the other reasons why people thought it might be maybe was John Bartlett is because he was born in England, which would explain the more posh
The posh.
accent. Exactly. He also didn't enter state politics until 1999, 10 years after the footage was shot. So maybe.
Oh, do you think the opponents wouldn't have let that sweet video hit the slander market? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I like 99 because it's like, okay, hear me out. Was it 19 cases of fraud?
19. 19.
It's just one less than
20.
An even 20. And now in 1999, one less than
He
2000.
planned it. He did it
You
that
think
way
that's
on
his
purpose.
thing? That's his calling card?
It's like so convoluted. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's setting off bells in my head. Okay, I'm like, this is the guy.
Could you imagine that procedural show, the second detective just saying the most absurd, crazy, off the wall shit? You're like, it's this.
Yeah. So, so he didn't get into politics until 10 years after this, so easily could have been just out and about getting a Chinese meal.
Succulent Chinese meal.
He did, however, pass away in 2008. People...
His secret went to the grave with him.
Yeah.
Kyle, bump the brakes.
What year did he die?
2000.
What
Oh
year
my
did he
God,
die?
2008. It wasn't 2009. Oh! He planned his
Still
own
one less
death.
than I wanted. One less than I wanted.
The 999 fraudster. When this video came out, it was a year after his death, so people couldn't reach out to him or ask him about this. British comedian Simon Day confidently name-checked John Bartlett as the man in the video during his 2014 series, The Life of Rock with Brian Pern, in which a fake charity single-named succulent Chinese meal is mentioned as one of the most popular of all time. So again, people are tying it back, like Simon Day probably had seen this video and maybe only saw John Bartlett and was like, that's funny, I'm gonna put it in this special. That's all I have on John Bartlett. Not the most interesting guy. So we're gonna move on to...
I beg to differ, but we can move on.
The backstory that Kyle has woven for him is a rich tapestry.
It's that D&D brain.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to iterate, layers.
Sure.
Let's go.
So the next person that was maybe thought to be this character, we'll call him Mr. Democracy or Mr. Manifest. That's how I have him in my notes.
Mr. Manifest.
Mr. Democracy sounds like a fucking name you would give like a small town politician.
I was gonna say a really shitty superhero. It sounds like a character from The Boys, Mr. Democracy. So the other person that people thought it was the guy Paul Charles Dosza, Dozsa. He was a former chef and a world champion chess player, and was known as a serial restaurant runner.
Okay.
What? Oh, got it. He runs away from it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I thought you meant. I'm sorry. I thought he was a runner at a restaurant that served exclusively cereal.
Oh,
Get out, Kyle. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. It's too many infractions.
it's too many dad jokes. We've reached our quota.
Yeah.
He was so infamous for dining and dashing that there were multiple newspaper articles about him with like straight up photos of him in the restaurant, like looking at the camera, eating a Chinese succulent meal or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's like Dine and Dasher has been fucking caught and arrested again.
Oh my gosh.
The newspaper coverings the news of his 54 convictions.
Oh my God.
So this guy's like the
That's
John Dillinger of like Dine and Dash.
Yeah.
He's John Stick You with the Billinger.
Dillinger.
But that's all the ones that he got caught for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
How many squeaked
That's
by?
a lot of
Either-
savings. How much does the average meal cost at a diner?
Well, in the 90s,
These days?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Okay, but in the
$100.
90s, like we're talking cops eat out every day. You know what I'm saying?
$2. I
On
don't
that
know.
salary? Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 cents. I don't know.
Well, like in the 90s,
was 100
in the
years
90s,
ago.
wasn't gas like 80 cents still? Like that's insane.
Man,
Yeah.
times were good in the 90s. A saxophone plays in the distance.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he either did this so much that 54 is like 1% of the crime he's got caught for, or he's just so bad at it and doesn't give a fuck.
He's just like, his pants drop every time that he
It's
gets
like
up to
a
run
Benny
away.
Hill
like,
sketch breaks
like-
out in every
Yeah.
restaurant.
I like the idea that he's just fucking terrible at it, or like really out of shape and can't actually escape ever.
Yeah.
He stands up when he's about to leave. He goes, "Well, I guess I'll be going to the bathroom then."
I've gotten an emergency phone call. Oh no! No time to pay the bill, you say?
I'm sure the restaurant will understand as he's already at the door.
So in '95, the renowned meal thief had achieved a self-proclaimed world record of 111 dine and dash convictions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Going for the title belt.
It's
You get arrested
incredible.
ever? Like, how do you just keep living your life like that?
I mean, well, okay, this is the
It's
thing.
probably
This
a fine. It's probably like you do the paperwork and they kick you out. Like,
Yeah, and it's like Australia. They're not gonna like lock you up in the slammer like we would here. Like they're gonna slap you on the wrist and be like, "Don't do that anymore." I don't know why it sounded like I was from Brooklyn. What the fuck was that?
Don't do that no more, okay? As we say here in Australia.
Yeah, this is an authentic Australian accent.
Hey, okay, here's the thing. Don't do it again.
This is where the story got really weird. Like I said, that there was a rabbit hole that I went down, and so we're gonna keep
We're
talking
not
about
even
Paul.
at the rabbit hole?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Paul Dosza for a second, and I actually have a website that you guys can go look at in just a second.
Ooh, interactivity.
Because this guy reminded me so much of Gene Ray and his Time Cube website
Okay.
on a much smaller scale. So he has a website. It was a GeoCities website. It is, oh yeah, I put in another case of old white man makes a website. Dosza told most of his story on his GeoCities website, which seemingly left out the fact that he had been the star. So he talked a lot about his life, but omitted the fact that he was Democracy Manifest man.
You would think you would be, more outspoken about.
Yeah, it probably wasn't him because of this fact. So I'm going to send you the website and then I'm going to read over some of the notes that I took from the website. So he lists on his website a few of his exploits, one being that he alleges that he was a research subject of the Warsaw Pact military research who was implanted with a chip in Budapest in 1958.
Yep, that all
This is a
checks
quote
out.
from him, and he says, "The knowledge of the Hungarian research is extremely advanced. Since 1958, I did not take any medicine, painkiller, or sleeping pill. They have been replaced with harmonizing electromagnetic waves and hypnotic suggestions. The way of the communication is Budapest Research Center, satellite, and my implant." He goes on to also say, "The researchers can dominate the the implanted subject's mind and control their body. They can kill any of us who has the implant or can make us mentally or physically ill." So,
Okay.
I read harmonizing electromagnetic waves and was like, this guy's related to Jean Ray. Like, straight up, what's happening?
I love that the last line on the front page is, "May God be with us all."
Yeah, it's awfully ominous for a GeoCities website.
Which, if I may point out, is just above the footer, which the first link is personal trainer contacts.
Oh, yes, I have a list. I listed those things out, too.
So
so
funny.
good.
So one of the main takeaways from this website is that he writes in an accent, meaning he probably speaks with an accent that is not posh,
Interesting.
British, as the man in the video does. And he's also Hungarian, so that's probably what it is. Probably wasn't a Hungarian Tiny Dasher with a chip in his brain. So he also on his website talks about being the chess master that he is. I found a website where he used to frequent and talk in the forums called Oz Chess, where the website described him as, or he described himself as a Hungarian nobleman and was always very well dressed and gave the impression that he was a person of wealth and owner of a string of high-class restaurants. Again, if he had restaurants, why would he be dining and dashing?
Maybe that was like his
I
thing.
love
He just
this.
couldn't get enough of it.
Exactly.
It's just he does it for the thrill.
So, along with that, friends and family eventually, and acquaintances eventually, like spoke out, being like, "That's not him. Like straight up, it's just not him." People
I
from
like how it got to them. It got far enough to like.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not, he does not enjoy succulent Chinese meals.
No,
Yeah.
he's been experimented on by the Hungarian government. It's not him.
He's Weapon X.
So some of the other people from the forums, I have some quotes. One user said, "It did not look or sound anything like him. That was an English accent." Somebody else said, "He gave my son free chess lessons. He was an excellent coach. And I met Dosza in Elwood about 2003. He was playing in the state championship. I spoke to him briefly, and my view is the accent of the man in the video is not a match."
All I can do is trust that person.
Yeah.
Yes, these anonymous users from a chess website from the 90s.
You know, it's the internet, especially back then. You could definitely trust people.
Oh, you could, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We've talked about how easily you could have gotten trafficked on the internet back in the 90s, just like that, dude. Such
Really
a
quick.
dangerous place.
Is every one of our suspects by default has to be a chess master?
No, it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah. It's such a
Okay.
bizarre pool of people.
So what I'm gonna say though is, how many chess masters are there? Like, is there
Oh,
a
there's a
shitload
lot.
of?
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
lot of chess masters.
So
now.
it sounds like chess is pretty easy then. If you can, anyone can just be a master. Is what you're telling me.
Sure.
Maybe I should try playing this chess one day and see if I can become a master.
Yeah. Hey,
go.
when we reach
that out
500
for us.
subscribers, we'll have Kyle go live, and anybody can play chess against him
Yeah.
to show him just how easy it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it sounds pretty easy if everyone's just a fucking master. So
Yeah. If everyone's special, no one is. John, you pointed out the personal trainer contacts.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I thought it was personal trainer like fitness.
That's exactly
Forgetting-
what I thought.
Forgetting the whole chess thing.
Yeah, no,
It
that's
is-
that is directly where my mind went, and I'm frankly not convinced
Yeah, same.
otherwise.
Right, totally. So the link for personal trainer contacts states this is one of the things it states. It has a lot of stuff on it, but one of the things I picked out was you become not only a much better chess player, also you will be a happier person.
And
so,
your fucking delts will be yoked.
Yo, dude. Hell yeah. Going to pick up all those pawns.
Yeah.
It's working something out. So
We're,
there's also
we're really going full circle with our podcast right now. Do you think Do you think this guy's on gear? Do you think that's what
I don't
it
know.
is?
Hell yeah.
How much do chess players make? How much do grandmaster chess players make? Because if it's more than $12,000, he's for sure on gear.
Well, that's true. This dude apparently charges $500 American dollars per week, paid in advance for weekly installments.
In advance. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you pay in advance to get some.
Listen, I have a Hungarian chip in my brain. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so check this out. He says he does not take more than 3 trainees in the same period. So that means the most he can make is $1,500 per week.
Which is not bad...
Especially back then.
Holy shit, he's raking it in.
Killing it right now.
That's like, what, $6,000 a month? That's awesome.
That's incredible. Yeah, that'll do the trick.
There are also links that's to consciousness and a comment section that says, quote, the outstanding knowledge of military research about the levels of human consciousness, the manifestation of implanted human beings' thoughts, the interaction with the human being's subliminal energy fields, creating harmonized biofields, health, or disharmonized biofields, sickness or death, is so important that it has to be widely known and controlled through the United Nations.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So whoever's taking their kid to this guy to learn chess, they never saw their kids again.
Oh no. I went to his Yahoo GeoCities guest book.
Oh, I didn't look at that.
Okay. First one was a question posed to him. It says, do you believe the possible manifestation of mind? He responds, to read the human mind, you need an extremely sensitive electromagnetic receiver. So
yeah,
we're there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He clearly knows what he's talking about. Also on the website, which I thought was funny, there is a favorite links section.
Yeah, I just clicked on that. And I'm like, that's cute that he's just like, these are my recs.
But the first one is just Yahoo.
Hey, you know what though?
Baby.
People were exploring the internet at that point in time, and Yahoo was the shit.
Yeah. The links accompanying Yahoo are Kasparov chess site, MIT, the MIT website. I can't say these 2 words because they're Hungarian, but it's a Hungarian Computer and Automation Research Institute, and then chess discount sales.
Ooh, that link is still active.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nope, it's not.
So that's Charles Dosza's chess master website.
Paul Dosza.
Sorry, what did I say?
Charles?
Charles? Okay. Well, I think there's somebody in here named Charles at some point. So I'm getting them all confused.
Suspects.
Yes, there's a lot of them. So this is where there was a long period of time where nobody knew who the Mr. Manifest was until 2019. An entertainment account on Facebook that's called Brown Cardigan posted a video of a man who sounds and looks suspiciously like our Mr. Democracy, Mr. Manifest.
Yes.
And he's also reciting the famous words. So Kyle, this is where hopefully this Facebook link works for you.
You ready?
Yep.
What do you want me to say?
Democracy Manifest.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Get your hands off my penis.
And also, get your hand. How dare you? Get your hand off my penis.
The video looks like it takes place in like, I don't know, like a mall food court.
It feels like the restaurant in the bowling alley.
Yeah, exactly. There's music blasting. You can barely hear what he's saying. But this is the first or the second time, like, there's video evidence of Mr. Manifest saying his famous words, and it went to some random fucking like meme factory Facebook page. I went to Brown Cardigan's Facebook page to see if there was any more information.
Yeah.
And their About section simply says, the best internet-based site for sore eyes. Huh?
Okay.
Dude, the fuck does that mean? What is this?
Okay. For me, it seems like someone watching the video, it seems like the dude who was filming recognized this guy, or he's like, you kind of look like this guy. Can you please? And he like fed him lines. And he fucking delivered
or he
it,
like,
I have to say.
or they were both at this restaurant. He overheard him just talking, and something triggered. Was like, that voice sounds
it's unlocked
very
something.
familiar.
Why am I all of a sudden craving succulent Chinese food?
And worried a cop is going to grab my
happened?
penis.
Yeah. Why am I covering my penis and wishing for a dumpling? What is happening?
So in 2020, a year later, an aging, Jesus Christ, an aging,
Take that again.
an aging Australian man appeared in a music video by an Australian punk rock band, The Chats,
Oh, yeah, I know the Chats.
titled Dine and Dash. The guy in the video was going by the name Jack K. Like there was like an interview or somehow that got leaked. Like, I know that guy looks familiar. Who is that guy? I know the original video. And apparently all that either the band told them or what the man said was, my name's Jack K. And that was it.
Yeah.
I have to ask about Jack K.
Sure.
Is this like a Homer J. Simpson thing where his middle name sounds like a letter, but it's actually a full name?
No, it's literally the name Jack and then the letter K.
Nice.
Oh, so it's an abbreviation.
Kind of. There's no
Like- or
period
like
after the end of it. Every site I saw, there was...
So Jack.
It was like, no, his last name is the letter K, is how it
Great.
looks.
Okay. All right.
In fact, he was the man in the video. So everyone was like, oh, I guess his name is Jack K. Maybe that he doesn't want to, he wants to have some anonymity or whatever. For some reason, though, on the exact same day that the Chats music video was posted to YouTube, a gambling website called Sportsbet posted a 2.5-minute interview to their YouTube titled Mr. Democracy Manifest. Democracy Manifest Guy Speaks.
Did he walk through a time loop? Like, did we just find the sliver in the dimensions?
Yeah, this is what proves we
He's a time
live in
traveler.
a simulation. This whole story is so bizarre.
Oh my gosh.
So, I don't know how a gambling website got this story or why they're doing like exposés on people. It's like, you're a gambling website. But Sportsbet is an Australian online gambling company owned by Flutter Entertainment. Flutter Entertainment owns a shitload of other gambling websites. Like in the US, the US counterpart to Sportsbet is FanDuel. So like these are huge gambling websites all owned by the same company. But again, it's like, why are you talking to Jack K, Mr. Manifest?
Do you think it's like us where they have like a guy that is just covering the internet? Like that's his like section and he's just like got to put out fucking
something
content?
for the forums, for their news section or something weird. I don't know what it has to do with sports or bet or gambling though.
They just have like entertainment stuff on those things too. It's just like
that fits like their brand
what do
or
guys
whatever.
like?
Guys, bodybuilding forums just has a shitload of forums for other people talking about
Yeah, but I don't think
it.
That's true, yeah.
sportsbet.com.au has a forum. Like that's this would make sense if it came from the forum, from like user generated content, but this was a highly produced interview where they went to his house, set up multiple cameras and lights, and directed and interviewed this guy. It's so weird.
Yeah.
In the video, let's see, Mr. Manifest says...
We just say manifest.
Manifest.
Sorry,
Now
that
that's a
was
superhero name for sure.
It's also an Arrested Development joke. We're moving on.
Mr. Manifest says he is not, in fact, a Hungarian chess player or some most wanted criminal, but rather he was just having a succulent Chinese meal with a friend when he was rushed by police and cameras. So somehow this
Unbelievable.
sting operation either got leaked to the press or the cops told them. In either case, they were there at the same time as this is happening, which begs the question, is it really a sting operation anymore?
Yeah,
what the
have a
fuck?
Production crew.
It's been stung. It's been
Like,
stung.
were they like testing out like Australia's version of Cops or something?
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
Bad
understand.
boys.
He said the reason why he said
Bad mates.
all the stuff. Yeah.
Sorry.
Bad mates.
In my mind, I said that in my head. That was just for me. That was just for me.
So he said the reason why he was saying all the crazy stuff that he was is because he wanted to sound like a quote lunatic, so they would send him to an asylum where he could easily escape. Those are his words.
Wow. Wow.
the
That's
hell?
amazing.
He was 10 steps ahead of this sting operation. It's crazy.
Which begs the question, was he actually meant to be stung?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a criminal mind, clearly.
So, who the fuck is this guy? Right, guy, everybody?
We just don't know.
This is where we find
Maybe
out.
he's the judo master. I think he might.
Unbelievable.
He grabbed his own
He's
penis.
projecting. He grabbed his own limp penis. He put himself in a headlock, and he's the real judo master.
He was actually stealing the succulent Chinese meal from himself, too.
He's also the father of democracy.
Yeah, yes. His name is Cecil George Edwards.
Wow,
Okay.
I don't know what name I was expecting, but it was not Cecil.
Dude,
I'll tell you what, though, it's that delivers.
Yes.
I'm okay.
It does. It packs a punch, and frankly, he looks like a Cecil.
now I am curious if he pronounces it Cecil or Cecil.
Cecil.
Cecil sounds.
Oh, he definitely pronounced it Cecil.
So, Cecil was he was a petty criminal, and he did use several different aliases. So, this is why I think there were so many different names going around, like getting lost in the shuffle and people thinking it might be this guy, it might be that guy, because he's literally not using his real name. And I think that when you get arrested, they put your aliases like on a rap sheet. So who knows? Maybe somebody read the wrong thing. I don't know. I don't know how it got back to John Bartlett, the politician. That sucks for him, but
well, maybe he deserves it in another way.
Maybe it actually helped him. 'Cause they're like, damn, this guy's
That's
the father
true.
of democracy. That's kind of
Hey,
sick.
we're still talking about him today.
That- yeah.
So
That's true. That's
It
true.
worked.
We're going out to all of our listener.
we're up to 6 now.
6. Half a dozen.
Almost got Kyle in a spit take there.
Yeah, I had a mouthful there, but I kept it down. We're good.
So the now infamous video was of a bungled sting operation by the Queensland Police Service. In the there is an original unedited version that you can watch, which is basically the
This
entire.
is the Snyder cut.
It's the Snyder cut. It's the Cecil cut. So
Sepia toned. It's crazy.
it's 4:3. No one knows why. So in the original unedited version, the anchor does get his name right in the reporting. However, it's not who the police were hoping to arrest. But the clip that I shared with you guys that we watched earlier, that's all that got picked up and got sent around. So all of his information actually got lost in the shuffle of the internet, like viral moment that the video was having. So 7 News interviewed the arrestee again in 2021, revealing that Edwards had also been known by the names of Johan Kelmut Carlson.
Okay.
Oh, I love. He's a con man.
Yes.
He's a con man.
And Cecil Jerry Edwards, spelt with a G. June of 2022, Dean
Yes.
Byron, who was the arresting officer, if you remember, gave his account of the arrest after 31 years. He was one of the arresting officers who was accused in the "get your hands off my penis" part of the video. Byron went on to correct some of the misinformation, such as the exact date, why the police were making the arrest, and that
exact size of the
penis, and that Edwards was not well known to police at the time or even considered a major case. Byron said after the arrest, Edwards was taken to jail, then released on bail overnight. He then skipped bail and disappeared until his 15 minutes of fame in 2020. So disappeared for 29 years.
Dude,
That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
And somehow, this is from Byron. There's a quote. He says, somehow was scrubbed clean of that pesky past. So,
that's all it was.
Wow.
A pesky past.
Well, I mean, they didn't really have the virality of today.
Exactly.
Where, you know.
in the interview too, like I also, Kyle, started to make up a backstory of like, what was he doing for those 30 years? Because in the video, which I didn't share,
shirtless on a boat in the Cayman Islands,
dude,
baby.
that's what I was thinking. Because in the video where they're filming him, the sports bet video, he's sitting in a chair in a studio space, surrounded by his own paintings, like big giant canvases everywhere, and he's like very comfy.
Cool. Oh my God. Can we buy some of his art?
Ooh, we should find out. I hope he's.
I need something for behind me. I can't just deal with this whole with a fish tank
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I need stuff on the walls behind me.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because he comes across as a guy that's just like very like chill and whatever. I mean, he's like a con man, like a retired con man. What do you do after that? You go to Greece and fucking live out your days in a villa painting all day, wearing open shirts and no shoes. That's the life.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
So,
God, that sounds so sick.
So I want to talk quickly about the legacy that has been left behind of this video, right? When Australian activist Julian Assange was arrested at the Ecuadorian embassy in London in 2019, comparisons were made between both respective arrests, and it didn't take long for Aussies to all make the same joke. This is Democracy Manifest, right? Even more prescient for that particular moment in history.
Right. Yes. Thank
It has
you.
also been the subject of an orchestral work composed by Michael Tan that was performed at the Sydney Opera House by Ensemble Apex. There are multiple microbrews that are inspired by this. One by Slipstream Brewing Company out of Queensland, named Succulent Chinese Meal.
So good. How do you come up with that stuff?
Yeah, McKellar Brew Pub in London has a microbrew named Democracy Manifest.
Okay.
Sure.
Mac Miller, under his production alias Larry Fisherman, sampled the video in his 2015 instrumental mixtape, Run On Sentences Volume 2. Like, we're hitting every pocket of culture with this thing.
That's awesome.
Is it titled, Are You Ready to Receive My Limp Dick?
I didn't look into it, but we're going to say yes.
This is kind of like doing like the Illuminati now.
Yeah.
This is
everywhere but
an underground
nowhere.
network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, a Radio National program, Earshot, broadcast an hour-long biographical documentary of the incident in January of 2022. And The Guardian called it, quote, perhaps the preeminent Australian meme of the past 10 years.
Yeah. Hands down.
So that is Democracy Manifest, starring Cecil. Fuck, I forgot his name.
Cecil?
Cecil Edwards.
Something.
Fuck.
George Edward or something.
See, there's so many
Gregory?
goddamn
A
names.
truly roller coaster of an episode.
Cecil George Edwards. There we go. God damn.
I was.
No, sorry. I was thinking of Johan Kelmit Carlson for a second. I don't know how I could have gotten confused.
Johan's a.
They look exactly the same. It's
Same,
crazy.
I don't know what we really learned here today.
I learned about a kick-ass meme.
Kick-ass
and a
meme.
video that I will definitely be rewatching.
Yeah.
Regularly,
Every Christmas.
weekly, I think. Yeah.
We get to gather the whole family around the old Yule log.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it every Monday so I can get gassed up for work.
There you go. That's the energy you got to bring to your fucking corporate job.
Democracy
Hell yeah.
Manifest. Oh, excuse
Yeah,
me,
baby.
sir. Are you touching my penis?
Oh, brilliant headlock. Look at the headlock.
A lot of this show ends up being like, a person, you never know who you're going to be and end up a meme. We talked about Harold, and he had no idea. I mean, Mr. Manifest obviously didn't know what the fuck was going on for almost 30 years. But he still became a random meme.
Just
Had no
legendary.
idea.
So
Lived a
keep that
crazy
grind set.
life and set in
You gotta
motion.
really rise and grind.
Yeah.
You need
every
that
single
meme,
day.
that meme grind set.
Yeah.
That's how you become somebody that everyone and no one knows.
Right. That's Democracy Manifest. And that's our show. Good luck out
Yeah.
there.
and everyone wanted to know which president was the true throat goat. And
Okay, I do remember this.
And they are all some sort of eldritch monsters of yore, right?
She was also selling videos of her farting in the jar.
I hate this so much. I hate everything about this.
yeah.
Secure to starboard.